If you happen to find yourself walking down the toy foam dart aisle at your local store and you see all of the options available and wondered, what should I actually pick up if I'm interested in this? Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you what you shouldn't buy and how to compare and contrast if anything's actually worth what they're charging for. Which, to be honest, is kind of easier than ever because I think this whole ecosystem of toys is going the way of the dodo. It is the smallest this aisle has ever been. I went to both my local Target and my local Walmart to see what they had in stock. And while there were certainly a lot of good blasters on shelves and even some pretty decent deals, it's still depressing. Kids, get off the iPads, go outside and, shoot each other with foam darts. You have no idea how good you have it right now, and the 90s kid in me is screaming. Now, this video is only gonna be about the blasters and helping you getting started on your Nerf journey. And obviously, if you live in a very rural area or in a different country than me, your options are going to be different. However, I'm going to do my best to explain why I recommend some products and why you should check out products before you actually purchase them if it's something that I don't list here that you're interested in. Because at the end of the day, everything I say here doesn't matter. That's the cold hard truth. If you want to spend $70 on a Nerf blaster that hits the same velocity and ranges and accuracy that a $5 Nerf blaster hits, that's your prerogative. Go nuts with it. If you like a thing because you like a thing, pick it up and have fun with it. That being said, some people have to make sacrifices and they want a little guidance in their purchase so it will give them the most bang for their buck. Example, you could pick up the Adventure Force Lancer for $15 US off Walmart store shelf. It's got slam fire, it looks like a cute little minigun, and it holds 10 darts. Or 4 feet to the left of that, you could pay $3 more for a total of $18 to pick up something that has 40 dart capacity and hits the exact same ranges, accuracy, everything. It's better in every single way for like less than 10% the price increase. Let's meet today's contestants. Now, all 3 of these darts are common standard darts you will find on the foam battlefields. What's that, Walcom? Where's Nerf Rival? I don't know. You tell me. Hasbro, what happened to Nerf Rival? The only thing I can think here is that Nerf Rival caught a stray when they were saying, oh, NERF N-Series is the future of all Nerf. I guess they just don't feel like Nerf blasters aimed at ages 14 and up are worth doing anymore. Probably because Dart Zone and X-Shot are absolutely destroying them. This is a short dart, and it's quickly becoming the ubiquitous ammo type for all foam flinging. They're better balanced, so they fly straighter, giving you better accuracy and greater distances, at the cost of basically nothing, although they're a bit more expensive than your standard foam-length darts for less foam. And this is your standard full-length Nerf dart. You know it, you love it, it's pretty much been everything Nerf has been about for the last 2 decades. Again, will come in a variety of sizes and shapes, but pretty much every single dart of this length is going to be a full-length dart that will work with every other full-length dart blaster. Sometimes, full-length dart blasters will work with short darts, but never usually the other way around because of obvious size concerns. If something's meant to shoot this, it probably won't fire this. That being said, there are blasters that will comfortably use both. And this is a NERF N-Series dart. This is the future of Nerf, according to Hasbro. There's nothing special about what this dart does, but it is a proprietary ammo type, only Nerf sells it, and it will only work in NERF N-Series blasters. What's that? You picked up an Elite 2.0 whatever? This dart will not work with it. Likewise, if you pick up an N-Series blaster, it will not work with standard Nerf darts. Right now, you can get 200 Adventure Force Meteor darts for $10, or you can spend $13 and get 70 NERF Elite darts, which are always awful. They've always been awful, and yet they're still on store shelves, and they still cost way more per dart than any other dart option out there. However, you can also pick up N-Series darts, which seem a tad bit more reasonable, but are still far too expensive. Now, there will be 2 age ratings here that you have to pay attention to. If it is meant for ages 8 and up, well, it's probably all gonna be the same stuff, and I'm not even joking. Pretty much every ages 8 and up blaster, with the inclusion of NERF N-Series, are going to hit the same performance point beat for beat, with very small variations between velocity and accuracy. These 2 darts can coexist in the same Nerf battlefield, and they're pretty much gonna be even Stevens. That being said, you have a couple of options. X-Shot offers a lot of full-length dart blasters that are really good and very reasonably priced at the cost of some quality control neutral, so if you do decide to pick up something like the new X-Shot Clip Mania, just keep your receipt handy. If you run into any problems, you can return it. But of course, I'm always more focused on value, and I don't ever recommend you pick up N-Series stuff unless you absolutely have to have it because you love whatever it is. So let's start our story last night when I ventured out to my local Target. Which, by the way, as I was walking in, a young man said, "Hey, do you do Nerf videos?" And I said, "I have no idea what you're talking about." Actually, yes, I do. And he said, "I used to watch your videos." I should have asked, used to? But I also should have asked if you wanted to be in the video because that would have made this so much better. So shout out to you, random guy. I hope you're watching this video. All the way at the end of this Target dungeon, there was, of course, the Nerf aisle, looking very picked through and really not great. Tuesdays just go too hard for Target. There was quite a few things on shelves, but I was actually really curious to see there wasn't a whole lot of good budget options. But here's an example of something you should never pick up. Also, I saw these two new Hypergel blasters from X-Shot. I don't know if anybody's really interested in them, but Machine Gun Danny told me if this video gets 2,000 likes really quick, he'll actually buy those two blasters for me to do a video on.
Never gonna happen, man.
And for pretty obvious reasons. This is the new NERF Minecraft bow. I will not be purchasing one of these and doing a video on it because it is $20 US for a single shot. This thing is literally a jolt connected to a string with a Minecraft logo on it, and they want 20 doll hairs. I wish I was joking, but this is modern Hasbro. Now, if you like this blaster and you want to use it, power to you, but it's going to be the exact same thing as every other N-Series blaster, actually with a performance decrease, because I found out the Minecraft blasters, even though they're rated for the same age group, tend to shoot softer. And yet, it's a single dart front loader for $20. I wouldn't even pay half that for this thing. The $5 NERF Ward will do the exact same thing better. That being said, I did see some decent options for the 8 and up crowd out there, like the new Nitroshot Magnum from Dart Zone, which will run you about $20. 40 dart capacity, slam fire, pistol form factor, it's a really good one. Or of course the X-Shot Insanity stuff. You know, whatever catches your attention, but the $25 X-Shot Insanity Clip Mania with the 3 mags, enough darts to load all of those up with leftovers, that's a pretty good deal for a blaster, just don't forget the batteries. Speaking of Nerf products you should never pick up no matter how much of a fan you are, we've got the NERF Fortnite Storm Scout. This is a $42 bolt-action magazine-fed blaster that only comes with 6 darts despite that monstrous price tag, and hits the exact same performance beats that every single other Nerf blaster hits, including the much superior N-Series darts. It's just in a Fortnite shell so they could charge 3 times as much for it. No extra bags, no extra darts, nothing. Making this one of the worst purchases on store shelves right now. But there are some actual gems in the rough here. For the ages 14 and up crowd, you know, the ones that are actually concerned with accuracy, performance, and whatnot, the options at Target are a little bit more slim pickings, but you could pick up the X-Shot Fury X, which wasn't in stock at this local Target, but was in stock at my local Walmart, which is a $15 US blaster that comes with 2 15-round mags and 40 darts, and features slam fire in their really cool, highly designed skins line, so it looks like something straight out of a video game. More so than the Fortnite thing that came from the actual video game Fortnite. And that's without even bringing out the fact that this thing will fire twice as hard as the NERF Fortnite thing, so you get more than double the distance. Yeah, funny how that works out, huh? And if all you have is Target near you, that is the perfect place to start. There is, of course, the Zuru X-Shot Long Shot, which is a very good blaster that is pump-action, magazine-fed, bullpup, slam fire, all that goodness. But when it's running you about $35, it's hard to recommend that over the $15 Fury X. But a sale will bring that price down and make it a much more palatable option. But if you want to go absolute hardcore to the max, Target is the best option because they sell the Dart Zone Max stuff, and you can pick up the Dart Zone Max Striker 2.0 for $50 US. But you get a magazine, you get a drum, you get all the darts, you get attachments. This thing will hit about 200 feet per second out of the box, harder than even the Fury X or Pro Long Shot. And it's really accurate thanks to its included scar muzzle, making it one of the best options on store shelves right now. But if you don't like the pump action, or maybe you just want a really capable sidearm that could also double as a primary, you've got the $50 Dart Zone Max Venom Pro. This thing comes with 2 magazines as a mag-in grip short dart full auto pistol with a rechargeable battery for $50, and that's without a sale. We've already seen them drop down to prices as low as $25. A screamin' deal either way. This is one of the few true sidearms in the hobby, so if you truly feel like swapping to your pistol is faster than reloading, grab that Venom Pro and stuff it in a pocket because it's going to be really useful to you. Otherwise, you could primary this, or well, heck, two of them, but it does hit a little bit softer than even the Striker 2.0 if velocity and range is a concern to you. This was the best my local Target had to offer, and honestly, Walmart, despite being a smaller aisle, actually had a lot more options. Unless you were specifically married to the NERF brand. Yeah, unfortunately, NERF is so poor lately, and trust me, the future doesn't look any brighter, that X-Shot and Adventure Force has pretty much taken over the entire aisle. Adventure Force does encompass both Buzzbee and Dart Zone. They're just sold under the Adventure Force brand at Walmart. But that also means that Adventure Force sells its own exclusive designs from these companies. For the ages 8 and up crowd, there's a lot more viable options here. Pretty much anything in the Adventure Force line that fires a full-length dart is going to be better than basically anything in the N-Series line. But with that being said, the prices of N-Series blasters actually plummeted at my local Walmart with rollbacks everywhere. Like this $25 NERF N-Series Infinite, or the $30 NERF N-Series Infinite? And then all this other garbage. I would recommend the Sprinter, and I think it's a $20 price tag now, which makes it a rather compelling argument because it's basically the only blaster in the N-Series line I think is worth anything, but I couldn't even find a price tag for it, unfortunately. But if you are in the ages 8 and up crowd and you found a Sprinter and you like the design and $20 doesn't break the bank for you, that is probably my best recommendation for those looking for a flywheel blaster. But of course, you can also grab the Adventure Force Villainaire, which is a pump action one, for cheaper, with more than double the capacity. Yeah, it's kind of hard to compare the two, huh? But truthfully, pretty much any blaster here, if you like it, you love it, you want to have it, it's going to be worth picking up, especially at these discounted prices, unless you're buying like the NERF N-Series Gear Up Pack or any of the Minecraft or Fortnite stuff. But when it comes to the ages 14 and up crowd, that's where things get a lot more interesting at Walmart. My absolute highest recommendation for anybody interested in what foam darts can do, even if you just have a minor curiosity, the Adventure Force Cricket Pro is at Walmart on store shelves for $7, and it's 120 feet per second velocity break action pocket pistol. This is the ground floor for pro performance, but this will let you see what foam darts are capable of without actually investing anything into it. That's going to be cheaper than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, but it's an absolutely fantastic, capable little blaster that will probably leave you wanting for more, and that's when you can upgrade to the X-Shot Fury X that we already talked about. It's available at Target as well. Mine didn't have it, but it is in stock at my local Walmart. Also in stock is the X-Shot Longshot Pro, but again, really too expensive right now for some reason. I really wouldn't recommend it unless you absolutely love the design. That being said, the Longshot Pro is actually really easy to mod, so if you do want to hit the 250 plus feet per second, have your own custom bespoke blaster, it's going to cost you a little bit of money, yeah, but if that's the route you want to go, this is probably your best option in my opinion. But Walmart also has other options that compete with the Fury X, such as the Aeon Pro, dropping down now to $20 and hitting a little bit harder in more durable, nicer feeling, but maybe less well-designed shell. This is one of those you love them, you hate them things. A lot of people really like the Aeon Pro. It's a great blaster, don't get me wrong. I personally don't really like it, but it'll hit harder than the Fury X. It's gonna be more durable than the Fury X. It's gonna be a bit bigger than a Fury X, but everything else that matters, feel, ergonomics, and so forth, it's gonna be better than the Fury X. So for $5 more, you can rationalize picking that up. But of course, the best option at Walmart is going to be the Adventure Force Nexus Pro X. It's a $50 blaster, and it's very similar to the Dart Zone Max Striker 2.0. This one doesn't come with a rear loadable drum, but it does offer enhanced precision with its B-car on top of the Scar muzzle. On top of, in my testing, a smoother prime. Both of them are incredibly good options, and if you only have a Walmart near you, that's probably the best way to go. I'd take a look at both of them, see which one you really have your heart set on, because personally, I gravitate more to the Striker 2.0. There's just a lot more going on there. Way more versatile, a lot more options. Both of them hit about the same when it comes to performance, and both of them can be upgraded pretty much the same way. In fact, I feel the Striker 2.0 with its upgrade spring off Dart Zone's website to hit 250 feet per second is a smoother prime than the same spring for the Nexus Pro X off the website. That's my experience. Really, you can't go wrong with either one. Now, I'm kind of saving the best for last here because a lot of you are wondering, where the heck is NERF Pro? And again, that's what I was wondering, because we have absolutely no idea what's coming out for NERF Pro in the near future. In fact, the entire line might be completely gone at this point. And it wasn't at my local Walmart, or so I thought, until I took a gander around the clearance section, and lo and behold, there were a couple of NERF Pro senders there on clearance for $21. A screamin' savings, assuming these are not broken ones, because a lot of people bought NERF Pro senders that had misaligned flywheels from the factory that just shot darts out that spiraled out of control and didn't really work. See my original review you right up here. And if you wanted to gamble with that price, well, the blasters weren't on store shelves, but the magazine dart refill packs certainly were. And for $10 to get an extra mag and enough darts to fill it up, that's not a bad option in my opinion. In fact, I didn't see standalone mag refill packs for any of the other brands out there, which is pretty annoying. And while most of them do come with a spare mag in the box, and NERF never does, but if you did want to kit out your loadout with more magazines, you'd probably have to buy extra blasters or go buy them off something like Amazon, where that stuff's pretty easy to find. But again, for this process, I was sticking to what was on store shelves.